Hi, I'm here with Eric from Sweden today, and we will be working on how to sing Anthem from the musical Chess. In this song, you will be seeing a lot of the application of the technical ideas to the actual style. So this song will cover things such as full voice, belting and high notes, it will have low notes, it will have loud notes, soft notes, half voice, notes with crescendos and decrescendos, and long phrases. It basically has a little bit of everything, even a little bit of falsetto at times. So here we go. By the way, bear with us because Eric is a little bit sick today. He's a little bit under the weather, been so for on and off for about the past week. So we'll see what we can make of it. Okay. There we go. So, no man, no madness. Try it.
No man, no man, no madness.
Pretty good. Though their sad power may prevail.
Can you
Though their sad.
Though their sad power may prevail.
Good. Now one thing. Though they're sad. When you hold out sad, make sure the note goes somewhere. So give a little crescendo on that note. So though their sad power may prevail. Though they're sad.
Though their sad power may prevail.
Good. Can possess, conquer my country's heart. Can possess. I'm sorry. There you go.
Can possess, conquer my country's heart.
Oh, watch the pitches here. So, can possess, conquer my country's heart.
Can possess,
conquer my country's heart.
Can possess, conquer my country's heart.
They rise to fail. They
rise to fail.
Good. Now, when you do that two right there, you have a way that you can approach it. You can do it like two. You say two is going to be more like a hooty color. Two, ooh, ooh. Can you do that?
Ooh, ooh.
Two. So almost like a hooty color, like what you would get in falsetto. So like you're going to sound like a vacuum cleaner, like ooh, 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 two,
ooh, two.
There you go. There you go. So
yeah.
They rise to fail.
They rise to fail.
Good. She is eternal.
She is eternal.
Now, when you do that, this is where we're going to start to get into the half voice a little bit. Because otherwise it can potentially sound a little bit too belty here on this eternal. If you go into it more like that. But
true.
Eternal. Like no, no, no. Say eternal. No, no.
No, no. Eternal.
Good, good, good. Good. Eternal.
Eternal.
Good. Allow your lips to come into play a little bit more for this. Eternal.
Eternal.
Good. It gives it a different kind of color. A more mellow sounding color.
Yeah, true.
Without having to lose the full voice. Okay. So she
She's eternal.
Perfect. Long before nations' lines were drawn. Long before.
Long before nations' line were drawn.
When you hold out the note drawn, we're drawn.
Crescendo.
Crescendo, then you back off the tail end of the note.
Long
before
nations' line were drawn.
Good, perfect. When no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was born. So, when no flags flew.
When no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was born.
Good. Excuse me.
No problem.
Alright, so one more time. When no flags, watch the pitches here. When no flags flew, So, when no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was. I need to do it in 2 breaths. My land was born. And then you get really soft on born.
Can I take the beginning?
Notes? When no flags flew.
When no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was born.
Good. That's
Maybe
good.
too soft on the end, but
no, that was nice because it leads nicely into the next part. So if you feel like you need to take 2 breaths there, you can take a breath after the when no flags flew, when no army stood, then breathe. My land was born. If you feel like you need to do that to have a little bit better control over born, then that's fine. Otherwise, if you can keep it all in one phrase, that's even better. So, and you, what are the words here? And you ask me why I love her. Try it.
And you ask me why I love her.
Do it one more time. And you
ask me why I love her.
Good. That was better. No. And you ask me. And you ask me. Watch. Make sure you don't disconnect too much, because you almost sound like you want to back off too much on those notes. And you ask me why I love her. Keep it connected the whole time. Don't back off, okay? Go.
Okay. And you ask me why I love her.
Good. Through wars, death, and despair.
Through wars, death, and despair.
Good. So for wars here, use the same type of O that we did earlier for eternal. Through wars. Try that.
Wars.
Through wars.
Wars. Through wars, death, and despair.
Now this one you can get interesting, because there are a couple of different ways that you can take this note for coloration purposes. You can do it more in a full voice way, or you can kind of go towards falsetto for this one to let it have a different color. So if you did it more the falsetto way, you'd approach it like this. She is the, and then for the is, you come back into your full voice. Or you can keep it all full voice, but just light from the beginning. So she is the constant. So which way do you want to do it?
Let's try both.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let's try the connected one. She is the constant.
Pretty good. Just when you come from she into is, make sure you come down with a portamento that is smooth. So she is the constant. Instead of she is, instead of just dropping into the note.
She is the constant.
Good. That's it. So that little portamento, when we do it the falsetto way, is going to be even more important for that in order for it to still sound smooth. So now we can try the falsetto way. It's going to be more of a hooty sound. So she is the constant.
She is the constant.
Good. Now, as soon as you come into is, that's when you'll come more into your full voice. So she is. So you get the contrast in color.
She is the she's. Maybe okay, hang on. She is the constant.
Okay, if that's how it will be easiest for you and your voice, then you can stick with that. So try it again. She is the constant. So as soon as you get to is, lean in more.
She is the constant.
Good. We who don't care.
We who don't care.
Good. We who, those are the notes. We who. Good.
We who don't care.
Yeah. Now I know I did a little like grace note going into the care. That's optional. You can do that if you want to. If you do it, it makes the phrasing a little bit more smooth. It helps to bind one note to the next more easily. We who don't care. You can try that.
Don't care. No.
Don't care.
Don't care.
Don't.
Sorry. Don't care.
That's it. So, we who don't care.
We who don't care.
That sounds good.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's a bit weird just for me to sing we because I want to say we who. I want to like break.
Yeah, you want to break up the line by like really emphasizing the like the H sound more. That's fine. So try it one more time just so you get used to. So we who don't care.
We who don't care.
Good. Now let's see if you can keep it in time with the song because right now on you are taking more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We who don't care.
We who don't care.
Give yourself the 1, 2, 3, 4 before you come in. So snap over there.
1, 2, 3, 4. We who don't care.
You're holding out the we for like 2 beats. It's just we who 1 straight to the next one. That's what you're doing.
I didn't understand. We who. For me,
yes, like that. That's it.
For some reason. Is it like such?
Yeah. So we who don't. The who is the one that gets held out for 2 beats.
Okay. because I want to hold out the we 2 beats for some
Right,
reason.
right.
Okay. We who don't care.
Good, good, good. And you wonder, will I leave her? Go.
And you.
Wait. The starting note for that is not, and it's not it's not here, and it's and you.
I remember. And you ask me, will I leave her?
You wonder, will I leave her? I know. I mix up these parts here myself all the time.
Okay.
And you wonder, will I leave her?
And you wonder, will I leave her?
Good. And even when you hold out that you, it's really good. And if you could milk that note even more,
Crescendo?
because it's such, not necessarily a crescendo, but you get a really, really nice mellow color in your voice when you do that. Ooh, it's like a really sweet color, and it really is very fitting for this phrase. So if you could emphasize that a little bit more, you get like a lot more out of this. So listen to how I do it. And you wonder, and you. So I kind of start off straight tone for a moment, and then let a little bit of vibrato come in. It's like you're milking the note. And you wonder, will I leave her? Try it.
And sorry.
Oh, that's the right note. There you go.
And you wonder, will I leave her?
Will I leave her?
Will I leave her?
Good, good. Will I leave? When you get to leave, give like almost think you're gonna stretch that note out. Will I leave her?
Will I leave her?
There, like that. That's it. That's perfect. So, and you wonder, will I leave her?
Sounds so good.
Thank you.
And sorry. And you wonder, will I leave her?
Stretch out that leave a little. Will I leave her? Leave
will
her.
I leave her?
That's it. So now, and you wonder, will I leave her?
And you wonder, will I leave her?
Yes, there you go. But how?
Yeah, and do decrescendo.
So, but how? Then you back off.
But how?
Good. Now, one thing about when you back off here, when you're going towards this really soft volume, especially like your pianissimo, like falsetto, basically type thing, on an ah, you have to think like you're going to yawn more the softer you go. So when you get to the really soft part, it's gonna feel like you're really like about to yawn like this. So but how? Say how for me. That's what it's gonna feel like when you're at the really soft part. So the louder part is gonna be normal, but the softer you go, the more it goes towards that. So, but how? There you go. So do it again. But how?
But how?
Good. No. I cross over borders, but I'm still there now. Go.
I cross over. No, false. Hang on. I cross over borders, but I'm still there now.
There now. That's it. There you go. There you go. So, I cross over. Go.
I cross over borders, but I'm still there now. Oh.
So when you get to the now, just make sure you open now, so that way the sound stays. Because you want to kind of close a little bit. There now, like that. One more time.
I cross over borders, but I'm still there now.
Good. So how can I leave her?
How can I leave her?
Where would I start?
Where will I start? It's a bit shaky.
It's okay. It's okay. So now, you actually did this in a way that's kind of in between what I was going to have you do, which is to do it the slightly more belt way versus the slightly more classical sounding way. So if you wanted to go the more classical sounding route, it goes more like a kind of like what you would do in the nay exercise. So where would I start? Like like that.
Where will I start?
Good. Now, even when you do that, still think a little bit more of your under it. So where?
Oh. Where will I start?
There you go. That's it. That's how you would do it if you want to go for the more classical sound, because that keeps the resonance more vertical instead of a more wide resonance. Now, if you want to go for more of the wide resonance, the more belt-like one, you might not be able to handle it right now since you're a little under the weather.
Yeah, I can tell it's a bit shaky.
Yeah, so we'll just give it a shot. So you think like the wah, like wah, like the that we were with the that we were doing earlier. Try it.
I start.
Good. Next line. Let men's petty nations tear themselves apart.
Let men's petty nations tear themselves apart.
Good. My land's only borders lie around my heart.
My land's only
Borders.
What's the words?
My land's only borders lie around my heart.
My land's only borders lie around my heart.
My heart. Open the mouth more. My heart.
Heart.
There you go.
My heart.
My heart. It's the note is here. My heart.
My heart.
You want to be slightly on the flat side of the pitch. You're going, my heart, my heart.
My heart.
There you go. Okay, cool. So let's see how it all sounds together. So we will start from the beginning. Where were we? It was here. So, no man, no madness. Go.
No man, no madness.
Okay, one thing. When you start off like that, make sure you start off with your connection, because you're kind of backing off a little bit too much on the beginning. No man, you're kind of singing it like this, And the only danger with that is once you start off a song like that, it gets hard to get out of that mode, and then you kind of mess yourself up for the high notes. So connect yourself, especially in this low part. No man, no madness. Go.
No, no man, no madness.
Good. Keep going.
Though their sad power may prevail.
May prevail.
Prevail.
Good.
Can possess, conquer my country's heart. Breath, they rise to fame.
About the riser, give more of movement in that note. They rise to fail.
They rise to fame.
Good, keep going.
She is eternal.
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 There you go.
Long before nations' line were drawn. And I need a note here.
When no flags.
When no flags flew, when our army stood, my land was born.
Good.
And oh, no.
Now, one thing, like I mentioned there, if you are going to take a breath for that phrase and take it for my land was born. Don't. My land was, because if you take a breath after land and then go was born, then you have and you. So unless you're going, if you want to take a breath after, at the end of land, you're going to have to connect was born directly into the next line. So was born and you ask me why I love her. So if you want to break it up like that, you can try it. So let's start from when no flags, to practice it that way. When no flags flew.
When no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was born. You ask me.
I know it's hard. So if you are going to break it up that way, what you have to do is when you say was born, you can't go as soft on that note because you're going to need something to connect into for and you. So my land was born. So you're building up intensely preparing for and you ask me why I love her. So just start from my land. Breathe. Was born, but don't back off so softly here.
My land was born, and you ask me why I love her.
Pretty good. So when you do was born, actually think that you're going to start doing a crescendo on born. Was born, crescendo, 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 and you ask me. Because otherwise your support is going to give out under you. So, my land was born crescendo, and you ask me. Go.
My land was born, and you ask me why I love her.
That's how you have to approach it. So if you are going to do it that way, I know it's going to be tiring in your body to do that.
Yeah, it's no, I kind of like the other way actually. I just forgot.
Okay.
The place.
Well, I'll just show you both ways so that way you'll have it on recording and you'll remember. So the way if we like we're doing it right now, we disconnect or take a breath before was born. So when no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was was born, and you ask me why I love her. And now the other way, which is going all the way through, or taking the left before my land was born. When no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was born. And you ask me why I love her. So go
True.
ahead.
Which one do you wanna?
Whichever one feels most comfortable to you right now. Which one do you like best? You said you like the one where
I think I like the one best if you take a breath after stood.
Yeah,
because that gives you more freedom or whatever.
Go ahead.
When no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was born. And you ask me why I love her.
Watch out for there. So that's the tricky part when coming off of born, is the tendency is going to want to be to back off too much when you go to and you, because you're going to want to start to get to that kind of breathy color. And you ask me, even though that can sound really, 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 really nice, the fact that you're going to have so much air blowing through your cords can potentially dry them out, especially when you're sick like this. So instead of going, and you ask me, I mean, it sounds nice, but, and you ask me, so still keep thinking like you're going to lean into the note, and you ask me,
and you ask me why I love her.
Good, so now we need to do the phrase before, so that way you get used to coming into that phrase without backing off too much. So, when no flags flew.
When no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was born. And you ask me why I love her.
Good. Go, keep going. Through wars.
Yeah, true. Through wars, death, and despair. Hang on. She's the constant. We who don't care.
One beat for
no, I forgot. Sorry.
We who don't care.
We who don't care.
Oh, that sounds so good.
Yeah, I for some reason I want to sing the other thing.
It's okay.
I don't know why.
And you wonder, will I leave her?
And you wonder, will I leave her? But how?
Good. Now, the only thing about when you're going to hold out the note that softly, you got to make sure that you're not going to fall flat on the pitch. So, but how? But how? Good. Now keep going. I
cross over borders, but I'm still there now.
The thing you have to watch out for with that phrase is the there now. You have a tendency to want to go flat on that part. There now.
There now.
That's where the pitch is.
Yeah.
Okay. Now keep going. How can I leave her?
How can I leave her?
Keep going.
Where would I start?
Keep going.
Man's petty nations tear them.
for the tear them, you can do it like tear them, like
them.
like
Yeah.
them, tear themselves.
Them.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, because that gives the more like mellow, rounded off.
Yes, and it's also easier to do if you're tired.
Yes.
Because the other one to really keep it like tear themselves. Like you really have to be energized and you have to be like ready for it. And if you are the least bit tired, you're not going to be able to pull that one off.
Okay. So the whole phrase, I guess.
Landman's petty nations.
Let man's petty nations tear themselves apart.
Good. For all of these phrases, when you're coming back down, you're going to have to watch out for that apart, that you don't go apart, that you don't go.
Yeah, it's partly because I ran out of air, so it's not enough support to like keep the note clear.
I know these are long phrases because it's like you're starting low and then you gotta jump up high and then you gotta do that note boldly and then you have to come right back down and then do it again on the next phrase and then do it again on the third phrase after that.
Up and down.
This is understandable. So my land's only borders. Go ahead.
My land's only borders lie around my heart.
Now that was good, but for that last "my heart," you can actually take a breath because that's basically the end of the song. And go my heart because that one gets kind of held out at a medium-ish volume.
My heart. Sorry. My heart.
My heart.
My heart.
There you go. That's good.
There are some pitch issues.
Yeah, but I mean, you just started the song yesterday, so.
Yeah.
I mean, that's understandable. Okay, so pretty good. There were a couple of other little minor things I just wanted to work on. What was that line? So just remember to keep the movement through each line of the phrase. So no man. So show me how you're gonna start off that first line. So I make sure you're always starting off right.
Not no.
Right.
No no man.
No man. You gotta stay in your voice the whole time. Then they'll go, no madness. Because if you start singing that way, then you're gonna want to disconnect the whole way through.
No madness.
Good. Though they're sad, and crescendo on sad.
Though their sad power may prevail.
Good. Now can you get more movement on sad? Though their sad power.
Though their sad power may maybe not stop that much between sad and power. Though their sad power may prevail.
Good.
Maybe a little more. I can see the transition in between sad and power needs to be legato.
Yes. Can possess.
Can possess, conquer my country's heart. They rise to fail.
Good. Perfect. She.
Can I have another, please?
She is eternal.
She's eternal.
Good. long before.
Long before.
Now before, you have to give the same movement. Long before nations.
Long before nations' line were drawn.
When.
When no flags flew, when no army stood, my land was. Sorry. When no flag flew, when no army stood, my land was born. And you ask me.
And you
ask me why I love her.
So almost think for the you that almost think that you're going to lean into that note a little bit more. You'll still get the color, but if you lean in, then it'll be less tendency to want to disconnect some. So and you like that.
And you ask me why I love her.
Good. So my land was born, and then you can go towards false sound on born. But for and you, then you got to get back into your voice on. And you ask me why I love her. So my land. Start from my land.
My land was born, and you ask me why I love her.
Good.
Through wars, death, and despair, she's the constant. We who don't care. Sorry, I need a breath.
So you can start over that phrase. We who don't care.
We who don't care.
I think we went sharp. No, we were in the key. And you wonder, will I leave her?
And you wonder, will I leave her?
Good. I want to see if we can get that you a little bit better. And you, like you.
And you
Good.
wonder, will I leave her?
That's it. One more time.
Yeah, I need to build. It's the same in the previous verse because I need to build up like the energy at and.
Yes, exactly.
And you ask why I love her.
You ground yourself on and. So,
yeah.
And you wonder, will I leave her? And you want to start off on it. And you're doing a harmony note. And
you wonder, will I leave her?
Good.
But how? Sorry.
Watch the pitch, that's all there.
But how?
Good. But how? So start off at a comfortable medium volume. But how?
But how?
Good. That's it.
Great.
Okay, so that was mainly what I just wanted to go through, just to make sure you had the approach to that part.
It's a bit difficult, like when you haven't practiced it before, to keep the flow and find the melody of the sound, to keep the notes flowing. I mean, it's easy to sing. And you ask me why I love her. The notes staccato, but sometimes for me it's difficult to find the movement in the song immediately.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're working on it, because it does take some time, and this is not bad, like I said, for basically your first exposure to the song. You basically see a lot of the melodic elements that you need to work on, and many of the things that we were working with when you start singing all the lines together back to back, you'll see more the importance of why we approach things the way that we did, because it's what keeps the song together as a whole and allows you to keep the mood consistent throughout the song. But that was good.